got a backstage pass at his LA rehearsal studio. Buble has it all. Movie star good looks, stunning new wife, 40 million record sales, and he even owns his own hockey team, the Vancouver Giants. But he's the first to admit that when fame struck, it went straight to his head.
It's a beautiful day. How you doing, guys? That's pretty good.
I think what I had my biggest problem with is that I was insecure, and that because of that insecurity, I was reckless with people's hearts, and I could be just kind of a jerk.
That insecurity stemmed from how he was initially marketed, as a mom crooner or the housewife's favorite. During his 2003 tour, Buble was working hard to bust that clean-cut image.
We make people horny.
We're like big walking oysters. And I just want to be sure that if you showed up tonight and your husband and wife or boyfriend and girlfriend or boyfriend and boyfriend or girlfriend and girlfriend, I want to watch you later. This is going to be good. I can tell you it's going to be good.
The ladies love Buble as much as he loved the ladies. What if he lets this woman grab his legs and ease her hands up his thighs?
Kept saying, take it off, take it off. And I said, well, I'm not going to take it off, but you want to touch it? I said, so she said, yes, I do. So I stood up, and she really grabbed me. It's okay, it could be worse, you know. Oh, this is easy.
Was he trying too hard to prove he's just one of the boys?
Okay. If you could have one superpower, what would it be and why?
I have said this before many times, Lana. I would like to be able to see through clothing.
Is there still a bad boy in Michael Buble?
No, there always was. Worse than you possibly imagined. And there still is. I'm just a boy. I'm from Burnaby.
This is Miss Emily Blunt. Emily, you look beautiful tonight.
Thank you so much.
Before the bad boy settled down, Buble was dating English actress Emily Blunt. She starred in the movie The Devil Wears Prada.
I don't understand why it's so difficult. You're everything.
The two eventually split up amid rumors Buble was unfaithful.
You're everything.
What did you learn, do you think? What do you learn about yourself to get, because it gets you to the point that you get into a good relationship from heartbreak?
If it hadn't happened, if I hadn't got to that point of, of feeling that way, I don't think I ever would have really changed. You need to admit certain things to yourself, or you're going to be a rich, lonely old dude with an 18-year-old girlfriend who is boinking, a bunch of your buddies behind your back. Yeah.
Bad story.
Are you allowed to say that?
Michael Buble!
Buble's romantic life may have evolved, but the one constant in his career has been his Canadian pride. Even after he won an American Music Award, check out his cheeky speech.
Well, you Americans are sitting getting fat. Us Canadians are ready to take over. You knew it! We're plotting. We've got Bieber, Celine, me, Atlantis. Nickelback is very strong, very strong. Treachery Hip and Jim Carrey, all together, coming for you. You're absolutely when we come. I think there's really something special about being Canadian. I mean, I don't know. Someone once said that we're a nation of observers, and I really believe that to be true. Because we're this small little country next to this gigantic behemoth, and I love the fact that we watch and we learn and we can mimic, but at the same time we're very distinct.
Buble sure proves he's a mimic in his 2010 music video Hollywood, a parody of celebrity culture.
Could you be a teenage idol?
There's no doubt Buble is mocking fellow Canadian superstar Justin Bieber, the latest fallen teen idol.
When we look at some of the kid stars in the States, we say, oh, I hope they don't do what that person did or get off on the wrong track, because celebrity is difficult to deal with at the best of times.
Well, Justin's going to make those mistakes. and he is making those mistakes. And he is doing things that make us all, you know, cringe. The same way I did things that made us cringe.
These days, seems like the pop sensation is losing it. Showing up barely dressed at airport security. Collapsing at one of his concerts. Screaming at paparazzi. Dangerous driving. Did Bieber become too famous, too fast?
I'll be honest with you, I think he's doing 100 times better than I would have done at his age.
But the way a lot of people are today because of social media, because of YouTube,
yeah.
There's a difference between instant fame, don't you think?
Yes.
And working to the point that you had to work to get the recognition.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you the difference. I met Justin Bieber on my Christmas special, and he was polite. I said I was proud of him, that I was thrilled that a fellow Canadian had done so well, and he said, "Something, yeah." And that was it. He was this 18-year-old cool kid, and Carly Rae Jepsen was on the show last year, and she's 28. She struggled for 10 years. She played the clubs, and she was a completely different person. She was. You could tell the difference. You could tell that she was. I remember one of the first things she said. She said, "Oh, I can't believe this. I can't believe I'm doing this." I think it's a good thing to struggle. I think it's a good thing to fight and to realize how lucky you are. I just know that for me, I'm so glad that it took me that long. I learned about how lucky I was and not to take it for granted.
Do you remember a moment in your career where you said, "I actually think I've made it. Like I'm here now"?
No, I still don't feel like I'm
Really?
No, isn't that weird? I don't. You know, I don't. I'm still on the outside looking in.
How could you be on the outside looking when you had so many experiences?
Because I'm still the underdog. I mean, I've sold all those records, and I do good business, but I'm still never on the cover of People magazine. Never been asked to sing at the Grammys. I've won 3 of them, but one day David Foster called the guy who basically books the Grammys, and he asked him if I would be on the Grammys that year, and the man retorted. He said, "He's not even on our radar." So,
ouch.
But that's okay. I mean, I've learned to deal with that stuff, and I like to think of myself as a grinder. I know that sounds weird, but it's a hockey term, you know? It's a grinder. It's like you're a fourth-line player. You go and you put your head down, and you might not be the most talented or the best looking or the biggest, but you just work your butt off. Sometimes those guys can finish first. It's just that the race is a little bit longer.
Whatever the race, commercial success, marriage, fatherhood, the record shows Michael Buble is doing it his way.
It's a big week for Michael Buble, from hosting the Juno Awards to his latest album, To Be Loved, being released in Canada and the U.S. We'll be right back.